You probably figured it out by now. What I do is I do a whole bunch of these. Like it's Tuesday night, and I'll read 5 or 6 of these, and then I load up one each day. Which some of them, I probably have them out of order. Not that that matters, but let's see here. That sink is dripping. Hang on. Drives me nuts. Okay, this is Talk, Trust, Feel. Inspired out of Romans 8. The Spirit you received does not make you slaves so that you live in fear. Romans 8. Does not make you slaves so that you live in fear. Excuse me, let's see here. Don't talk, don't trust, don't feel was the law we lived by, says Frederick Buechner in his powerful memoir, Telling Secrets, quote in quotes, and woe to the one who broke it. Buechner is describing his experience of what he calls the unwritten law of families, who for one reason or another have gone out of whack. In his own family, that law meant Buechner was not allowed to talk about or grieve his father's suicide, leaving him with no one he could trust with his pain. Can you relate? Many of us, in one way or another, have learned to live with a warped version of love, one that demands dishonesty or silence about what's harmed us. That kind of love relies on fear for control and is a kind of slavery. Interesting point. We can't afford to forget just how different Jesus' invitation to love is from the kind of conditional love we often experience. A kind of love we're always afraid we could lose. As Paul explains, through Christ's love, we can finally understand what it means to not live in fear. Romans 8, and start to understand the kind of glorious freedom that's possible when we know we're deeply, truly, and unconditionally loved. We're free to talk, to trust, and to feel once more, to learn what it means to live unafraid. Interesting. I'll admit something here. My family, I think if you looked at by standards, traditional standards, we're not the norm by any means. And I knew that especially from having girlfriends, and if they hung around for any length of time, let's say we were dating or they became your girlfriend or whatever, they'd say that your family, you guys work 7 days a week, you work late in the night. You just very strange. We weren't 9 to 5 or nothing like that. And so I always knew that we were pretty much different. And we were also kind of dysfunctional. But it works. Okay. But I've really come to appreciate, especially with the years where we've got internet and you can hear people's stories or testimonies or things that happen to people. I can really appreciate just how blessed I've been with my family. Yeah, we have our issues. We argue all the time and whatever the case is. But no, for people that were seriously abused and all those things, we didn't have any of that. It was just very lucky. And I am very thankful for that because there's so many people that just had tough childhoods, tough family life. And that's supposed to be your sanctuary. You know, the world is tough. You don't need to have it tough at home. And I picked a winning ticket there. Are there any unspoken rules you've learned as conditions for acceptance and love? How might you live differently if you believed you didn't have to follow those rules to be loved? Loving God, at times I'm afraid to live honestly with myself and with others, thinking that by doing so I'll no longer be loved. Heal my heart and help me believe in and live for the glory, freedom, and joy your love makes possible. Love you. God bless.